right, good evening ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight it's the Pace Syndicate and Down Under Graphics 360 Winged Sprint Car Series, round number 1 of the Short Track Tri-Series, of course. My name's Brett Wheeler. Thank you for joining us here on this Wednesday evening. I'm not sure what day it was. We hope you enjoy the coverage here as qualifying getting set to start here in just a few moments time. In fact, you can hear the cars out on the racetrack right now. Have your top 10 fastest qualifiers on your screen. Tonight we are live across Facebook, YouTube and Twitch, so all streams are in 1080p. You've got all that HD stream about it. I'm just trying to find some cars on the racetrack as we speak. Of course, we've got a good field here this evening. We are looking at in the mid-40s for drivers. HD racing Ultimate TV, of course. This is round number 1. Next week we take a week off, but we've still got plenty of action to come here on Ultimate Dirt TV because we've got the Dirt Leagues Australia Midget Speed Week. Of course, in 2 weeks' time it'll be round number 2 of the Pace Syndicate Down Under Graphics Tri-State Short Track Tri-Series, I should say. We got 2 tracks like Limaland and Kokomo as well, the 3 shortest dirt tracks we have on the service. So a big welcome to everyone on the Facebook, Twitch and YouTube feed. We hope you enjoy the coverage. We can see Joel Berkeley, quick time with a 12.803. Nathan Clark, second quick with a 12.840. Third is Mason Merritt with a 12.857. Darren Bromfield, fourth with a 12.880. Tim Harris with a 12.883. Vince Romeo with a 12.889. Trent Vardy with a 12.893. Harry Edwards with a 12.898. Clint Smith with a 12.9 flat. And Alan Tacken rounds out the top 10. 5 heat races here this evening, and yeah, the mic might be a little bit quiet, but that's just because well, being 9 o'clock at night here, we got to try and somewhat keep the chatter down, but hopefully that should be just a little bit better. Alright, we get set for heat race number 1, and of course let's take a look at your Wicked Cushions starting grid. Starting on pole in car number 9, Joel Berkeley to his outside in the 077, Vince Romeo. Inside row number 2, car number 17, starting position 3, Lewis Clark. He lines up alongside the 36 of Mitchell G. Starting position 5 in car number 39, Troy DeBono. And starting position 6 in the 08, it's Andre Smith. Todd Atkins in the 38 will start position 7. Sean Wilson in the 51 will start position 8. Brady Baldwin in the 47 will start position 9. Starting position 10 is going to be Joshua Walton. As we get set for 5 heat races here this evening. All heat races will be 10 laps in distance, and then of course we have our preliminary mains, our D, C, B, and then of course the 45 lap main event to finish this one off here tonight. Big thanks to our title sponsors here, of course, Down Under Graphics. Check them out on Facebook and check out Pace Syndicate as well. Give them a like and a follow while you're there. And of course, our sponsors as well, rotating in the bottom right hand corner of your screen. Of course, Wicked Cushion, Simwork Performance, BK Designs, and Hazza Media. Heat number 1, Berkeley and Romeo.
Green flag.
The front row, green flag is out, and we're underway here in heat race number 1. Romeo got a good start up on the outside. Berkeley going to slide to the top of the racetrack on the exit of turn 2. Romeo tries to cross underneath him. Down the back straight away for the first time. They nearly go 3 wide. The side-by-side battle on for the race lead. Top and the bottom groove right there. 9, very close at the line. It was very, very tight between Romeo and Berkeley. Here comes G following Berkeley through the bottom side into turn number 3 and 4 using the slider line. Berkeley takes back over the race lead, or still continues in the race lead. Mitchell G now challenging for position at number 2. We've got Lewis Clark as well back on the top side of the racetrack. The battle on for second and third. I believe it's the top 2 that goes straight to the main event tonight, and this is the battle on the screen. Vince Romeo on the inside. And Mitchell G on the outside in the Titan Garages. Number 36, he hangs on to position 2 for the time being. 4 down, 6 to go. Berkeley flashing in and out. Hopefully that can get sorted, because that's going to be very difficult for the drivers behind him to try and dictate or predict where Berkeley will be. Seems to be A-OK right now. G still working the top side. Romeo still working down low, trying to get a run on the exit of turn number 4. He can't do it. 4 to go. We go back through the field. Lewis Clark in 4th. Troy DeBono in 5th. Joshua Walton 6th. Battling with Andre Smith. In fact, getting by the 08 of Andre Smith. Brady Baldwin in 8th. Battling with Sean Wilson in the 51. As they switch spots there for a moment. And Todd Atkins in the 38 rounds out this field. Berkeley to the bottom side. Not sure what happened to Mitchell G, but he has certainly climbed the wall and busted that rear end in that race car. So that's going to be his heat race done. There's a long way for that 36 team to make it towards tonight's A-main. White flag out on the racetrack. Berkeley, your leader through turns 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway for the final time in heat number 1. He goes low into 3 and 4. Berkeley makes it 1 for 1. He gets the win. Second will go to Vince Romeo. Third is going to be Lewis Clark. Troy DeBono home in 4th. In fact, Joshua Walton home in 4th. Troy DeBono home in 5th. Andre Smith. Back to Sean Wilson, Todd Atkins, Brady Baldwin, and Mitchell G. Heat number 1 done. We've still got 4 more of these babies to go. We'll take a look at your Wicked Cushion starting grid for heat race number 2. Starting on pole in car number 25, Nathan Clark. To the outside of the front row in car number 11, it's Trent Vardy. Inside row number 2, car number 57 of Ryan Harris. To his outside, the 55 of Jacob Penno, out of position number 4. Starting position 5, the 43 of Jacob Child. Starting position 6, car number 94 of Scott Butler. Starting position 7, car 29 of Alan Solet. To his outside, the 143, Dylan Shepherd, lines up out of position number 8. Starting position 9 in car 14, it's Brandon Carroll. And to the outside of the final row, row number 5. Starting position 10, it's the 23 of Chris Ansell. That is your Wicked Cushion starting grid for heat race number 2 here at Lanier National Speedway for round number 1 of the Pace Syndicate Down Under Graphics Short Track Tri-Series over the next 3 weeks. In fact, 4 weeks. As I said earlier on, we are off next week due to the Dirt Leagues Australia Midget Speed Week, and well, there'll be 5 nights of midget racing, and yes, all broadcasted live right here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Here we go.
Flag.
Heat 2 Green flag is out and we are underway. Nathan Clark and Trent Vardy. They go side by side into turn number 1 and 2. Keep an eye on the 57 of Ryan Harris, but your race leader down the back straight away is going to be Trent Vardy. There's contact there with 143 of Dylan Shepherd. Lap 1 belongs to Trent Vardy on the top side of the racetrack. Clark down that second spot. 4 drivers right on the top side in your top 5. The only driver is working down low at the moment in car 57 is Ryan Harris. And there goes the 55 of Jacob Penno into the wall, and they've got the car very, very sideways and up on 2 wheels. So that's going to pretty much put a stop to his heat race right now. So we keep an eye on Harris working the low side on Nathan Clark off for turn number 4. Race leader Trent Vardy out in front. Coming up past the halfway stage of this one. 5 down, 5 to run. The leader is Vardy, Clark and Harris in second and third. We go back to Butler in fourth. Fifth is going to be Jacob Childs in that 43 machine. He's also working the bottom side of the racetrack as well. Looking at lap times right now, your fastest driver has turned to lap Nathan Clark for the second time. He's been down into the 12.9 second bracket. He's closing in on your race leader Trent Vardy. Having similar issues to what Berkeley had in the opening heat, just got those blinking issues, and they're very tough for the drivers behind to sort of predict where that race leader will be. It can happen in a matter of seconds. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. There was a blinking issue, and Clark, well, he was committed on the top side. Vardy upside down with a lap and a half to run. The white flag is out one more time. The new race leader Nathan Clark on the top side of turn number 1 and 2. Harris in the second. Child Butler Solid rounds out the top 5, but your win goes to the 25 of Nathan Clark. Second goes to Ryan Harris. Jacob Childs home in third. Scott Butler fourth. Alan Solid fifth. And we go back to Chris Ansell, Dylan Shepherd, Brendan Carroll, and then Trent Vardy and Jacob Penno. Of course, our DNFs in heat number 2. Heat number 3, let's take a look at your Wicked Cushion starting grid. Starting on pole, heat race number 3 in car number 19, Mason Merritt. To his outside in the 666, it's Harry Edwards. Starting position 3, car number 96 of Darren Palmer. To his outside, the 014 of Richie McLeod. Starting position 5, car number 62 of John Billington will line up alongside the 015 of Darren Lord out of position number 6. Your 7th starter in car number 78, John Schultz will line up alongside Ryan Furler in car 44 out of position number 8. And your final starter in heat race number 3, car number 37 of Tertius Van Ruin. Just the 9 starters in this one. There was scheduled to be a 10th, but that was Todd Frisbee not making the call for heat race number 3, so maybe some computer problems or internet issues for that 50 machine. Drivers have to wait until the green flag is thrown before they can get on the loud pedal and
green
the fun begin. Green flag is out. Here we go. Mason Merritt and Harry Edwards will lead the field once into turn number 1 for heat race number 3. The 96 of Darren Palmer quickly into position number 2 right now. Trying to look low, but decides to go through the middle of the racetrack. Mason Merritt hangs on. Here comes Palmer right through the middle of the racetrack. Edwards up top, side by side for your race lead. Palmer and Merritt down into 3 and 4. Close quarter racing here at Lanier National Speedway. They're leaving the top side wide open for Harry Edwards to try and get a run on the top side, but just not making it work at the moment as these 2 guys out in front continue to go side by side very close on the exit of turn 4. Here comes Edwards. And then also in the 014 is Richie McLeod. Merritt came across the front wing now, or come across the nose of Harry Edwards, very close to making contact. In the exit of turn 2, Merritt going to slide down low into 1 and 2. He looks to pick up the race lead, but it's going to be Palmer getting a run on the outside of the racetrack. And here comes the 666. 5 down, 5 to go. It's taking him a bit to get in his groove. Now looking for a run around the outside of Palmer. Trying to sneak back to the inside in turns 1 and 2. Can't do it. 3 to go. Bottom side being more favourable at the moment. Edwards tries to work to the top of the racetrack. Oh, Palmer into the wall. Edwards nowhere to go. Caught the back of him. Spun the 96 around. They keep it going. And now your race is for second. And that's the second and final transfer spot directly into tonight's A main. McLeod on the inside, your race leader Mason Merritt. He's checked out by about 1.7 seconds. The white flag is out. The final time at heat race number 3, side by side. Edwards has got to run down the back straightaway. Mason Merritt off of turn 4 gets the win. Second will go to Harry Edwards. He locks himself into tonight's A main. Second, make that third, is going to be Richie McLeod, Darren Palmer, Ryan Furler, Darren Ward, John Schultz, 30th, Ben Ruin, John Billington, the only DNF to not finish in heat race number 3 in 9th. So some great racing here at Lanier National Speedway for the opening round of the Pace Syndicate and Down Under Graphics Short Track Tri-Series here at Lanier. Let's take a look at your Wicked Cushion starting grid for heat race number 4. And starting on pole, caliber 32 of Darren Bromfield. Starting position 2, caliber 67 of Clint Smith. Starting position 3, the 6 of Matthew Gearing. He lines up alongside the 97 of Ben Morrison. Out of position 4. Out of position 5, the 90. In position 5, it's the 5 of James Rice. Starting position 6, the 92 of Callum Norseman. Starting position 7, the 88 of Brenton Hobson. Starting position 8, caliber 41 of Eric Perry. And in caliber 7, starting position 9, that's Aaron Kelly. Another 9 starters in heat race number 4. Drivers are on 1 to green, 10 laps to distance here. Top 2 straight to the main event. The rest of the drivers in the B, C, and D. 45, I think 45 drivers we had here this evening.
Green.
Green flag is out and we're underway. Bromfield alongside Smith down into 1 and 2. Look at the 41. Trying to, dive bomb down into turn 1. That's Eric Perry on the inside of James Rice through turns 1 and 2. But look at Gearing through the middle as they go 3 wide. Morrison on the top side of the racetrack. Ricey tight through turns 1 and 2. He's going to lose several spots on that exchange. Battle for the race lead, Morrison and Bromfield. Morrison gets to the front fairly quickly, just 2.5 laps. Go back here and look at this scrap going on through the rest of the field right now. The 41, Perry, right in behind the 88 of Brenton Hobson. Greg Hognett paint scheme number 27, the tribute car. And right through the middle of turns 3 and 4, trying to get on the outside of the 67 of Clint Smith. That's your battle for third. And of course, you've got Eric Perry behind them, and then you go back to James Rice in 6, Aaron Kelly 7, Callum Norseman in 8, and Matthew Gearing. The DNF already. Hobbo down low into the side of Smith, and now that's going to put Perry into the back of Hobbo. Ricey right through the middle of turn number 3 and 4. And get by the 41 of Perry. We go on board with the number 5 right now. Trying to find the right camera angle. Passing in 6th spot at the moment. We've got 2 laps to go right now. The leader is Ben Morrison. He's got a 1.3 second advantage over Darren Bromfield. 3rd, Clint Smith. 4th is Brendan Hobson. Then Eric Perry rounds out the top 5. White flag one more time. Around Lanier, make that 2 more turns because Ben Morrison, he's gone low into turns 3 and 4 just to see what kind of time he can do because he's been running the top side for the previous 9 laps. And well, let me tell you, it is 3.5, nearly 4 tenths slower than what his fastest lap was. Ben Morrison, Darren Bromfield, Clint Smith, Brendan Hobson, Eric Perry, James Rice, Aaron Kelly, and I missed the last 2 guys there. This should be heat number 5. Let's take a look at your Wicked Cushion starting grid. Starting on pole, car number 48 of Tim Harris. Starting position 2, the 21 of Alan Tacken. Starting position 3, the 49 of Zachary Phelan. And a position 4, the 33 of Danny Vassell. Starting position 5, the 71 of Gavin Sadler. Starting position 6, the 46 of Dave Roberts. Dylan Stacey in the 16 will start position 7. Alistair Bastain in car 40 will start position number 8. And your 9th and final starter in car number 42, Nicholas Chisler. This should be the 5th and final heat race of the night. See how this one plays out. Of course, two formation laps behind the R-Racing official pace truck, and then we set these drivers loose for 10 laps. Top 2 to the main event. First, the drivers, get your alphabet soups ready, because there's going to be a few of them. Of course, we are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch tonight. Streams are in 1080p HD.
Be ready, green flag.
Green flag is out. Harris and Tacken. Inside and outside of the front row. Phelan looking to the inside. Oh, Sadler and Vassell. There was contact. Vassell keeps it going. Sadler upside down along with the 16 of Dylan Stacey. So Phelan and Tacken. Here comes a big run by Tacken down into 3 and 4. Harris the race leader. You get half a second between your race leader and second place, Alan Tacken. Zachary Phelan in the 49, the DPR. Or the OPR, I should say, excuse me. Currently the best all-round team after the team's challenge just a couple of nights ago. As there was a slider from Phelan, but here comes Alan Tacken, going to throw the slider of his own, and well, here comes Phelan, trying to go outside inside. Oh, contact down into 3 and 4. Tacken went to shut the door. Respect there by Phelan, realised he got into him. Kind of didn't want to take the spot. Tacken, oh, that's going to be his race over. So there's Danny Vassell in the 33 in 5th spot at the moment. We've already lost 4 cars, so nearly half the heat race in this one gone. Look at that, 48 of Tim Harris out in front with 3 laps to go this time by. It's a big gap, 4 seconds back to Zachary Phelan in that OPR machine. 3rd is the 42 of Nicholas Chisler. Started position 9, I believe, or Chisler. He's just avoided all the wrecks and well, he found his way into a top 3, so that's going to put him towards the front of the B main for sure. Watch all the cars on the infield as the white flag is out one more time around Lanier for Tim Harris in the 48, run on the bottom side. He's got this easy, he's got it comfortable by 4 seconds. He gets the win. But under Tim Harris, second will go to Zachary Phelan, third. Nicholas Chisler, Alistair Bastain, Danny Vassell home in fifth. Alan Tacken, Dylan Stacey, Gavin Sadler, and Dave Roberts, all credited with DNFs. So that is heat racing done here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Round number 1 of the Pace Syndicate Down Under Graphics 360 Winged Sprint Car Series. I believe this will be your D main. Let's take a look at your Wicked Cushion starting grid. Starting on the pole in car number 38, it's Todd Atkins. To his outside, the 14 of Brandon Carroll. Tertius Van Ruin will start position 3, car number 37, alongside Callum Norseman in car number 92, out of position number 4. Out of position 5, the 71 of Gavin Sadler. Out of position 6, the 47 of Brady Baldwin. Starting position 7, Trent Vardy. Starting position 8, Dave Roberts. Starting position 9, Matt Gearing. Jacob Penno out of position 10. Out of position 11 is going to be Mitchell G. 11 cars in tonight's D main, I believe this is. I'll get confirmation on that one. Correct. This is tonight's D main. The pace truck is in.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag is out and we're underway. The top 4 going through. Oh, and there was already some carnage in the back there. The race leader, Todd Atkins in the 38. Trent Varney in the second. Brady Baldwin third, followed by Matt Gearing. Then you go back to Mitchell G. Mitchell G started position 11 after 1.5 laps. He finds himself in position 5. In fact, I've just been told this is going to be 8 laps the distance, so we're going to be 2 laps short. G'day to Ryan, watching from New York, and we've got sort of a 5:43 a.m. start. One of those early birds. So Atkins and Vardy run 1, 2. Returns 3 and 4. Then you go back to Mitchell G, Brady Baldwin. So just 8 laps for tonight in the D main. Atkins, can he hold off Trent Vardy just for a couple of more laps? Again, those issues creeping back into that 11 machine. Just those internet issues, just where he blinks in and out just a couple of times. And it's certainly enough just to sort of unsettle the guys around him. 2 laps to go. Oh, there's a slider from Vardy. There was contact. And now here comes Mitchell G now looking for second. G will grab second. The white flag displayed on the racetrack right now. Of course, 8 laps the distance. The ticker will say 10, but oh, that is wrong because we're not going to run an E-main. Oh, Mitchell G! Talk about a big don't argue. He gets the win. But boy, oh boy. I mean, realistically, was that necessary considering that top 4 transfer, you're running second. You ain't going to move up any rows. It's a matter of starting inside and outside. G with the win. Vardy got second. Third went to Atkins, and Gavin Sadler gets the 4th and final transfer spot as those 4 drivers continue on trying the alphabet soup. Let's take a look at your Wicked Cushion starting grid for tonight's C main. Again, the ticker is 2 laps more than what it should be, so 10 laps the distance in tonight's C main. The top 4 going through. Starting on pole in car 33, Danny Vassell. Alongside him in the 08, Andre Smith. Chris Ansell alongside Darren Lord in row 2. James Rice alongside Alan Tacken in row 3. John Schultz and Dylan Shepherd row 4. Row 5, Dylan Stacey and Aaron Kelly. Then you go back to Trent Vardy, Mitchell G, Gavin Sadler and Todd Atkins is how they line up in this 14-car C main. Again, top 4 going through. Keep an eye on the guys of, with the likes of G, Vardy, Sadler and Atkins all starting at the back. Already we go 3, nearly 4 wide through turns 1 and 2. Car flipping, that's Trent Vardy. 143 of Shepard slammed the door shut on Ricey going into turns 3 and 4. And there goes the 143 around. Collects Todd Atkins there as well. G work at the top side of the racetrack. He's making his way now to position number 4 and the 36 Titan Garages team. That car is hooked up on the top side. Oh no, Andre Smith in the 8th. That leaves the 4th place open. And it is a dogfight right now. Tackett along with Dylan Stacey and James Rice all trying to vie for that 4th and final transfer spot. Stacey gets into the side of Tackett. Tackett holds down 4th on the racetrack. 5th is James Rice. He needs to get one more spot. 6 remain. And the race leader, Danny Vassell in car number 33. Out in front, followed by Mitchell G. G started on the second last row. Row 6 out of position 12. He's into position 2. And there is every chance over these next 4 laps. You'll see that Titan car, the 36. There's every chance that it's going to get to the front. And it may just pull off a marvellous victory here in tonight's C main. Watch Alan Tackett in the transport equipment hire bumper number 21. He's in that bubble spot, the 4th and final transfer spot. We go back to James Rice, the first car to miss out. Oh, Tackett makes a big mistake. And now here comes Ricey. Both going to the top side into turns 3 and 4. Talent. That's something Tackett hasn't got. He's certainly running out of talent at the moment, but he's just hanging on by the skin of his teeth. Final time in the turns 3 and 4. Rice has got one last chance to make it happen. On the top side, he's got a run, but no, Tackett hangs on. G gets the win. Vassell second, Lord third, and Tackett rounds out the 4 cars that make it through into tonight's B main. So how about that Titan Garages 36? He is on a mission. 12 laps a distance, so we take 3 laps off this one. As let's take a look at your Wicked Cushion starting grid for tonight's B main. Starting on pole, car number 17, Lewis Clark. To his outside, the 43 of Jacob Child. Reggie McLeod will start position 3. Clint Smith will start position 4. Nicholas Chisler will start 5. Joshua Walton 6. Scott Butler 7th. Darren Palmer to 8th. Brenton Hobson 9th. 10th is going to be Alistair Bastain. Troy DeBono 11th. Alan Solent 12th. Ryan Furler 13th. Eric Perry 14th. Mitchell G 15th. Danny Vassell 16th. Darren Lord 17th. 18th will be Alan Tackett. 18 cars. In fact, it's scheduled to say 14 laps. But it is going to be a 12-lap B main, and we take the top 10. So 8 cars from this B main will not make it through to tonight's 45-lap feature event. Of course, after this one, we are scheduled to have a 2-minute warm-up session. It was time to take a break and quickly pay some bills while we got the chance. Of course, a big thanks to our sponsors here. You see, rotating down the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, of course, Wicked Cushion, SimWorks Performance, Hazard Media, and BK Designs.
Green flag.
Top 10 go through, 12 laps the distance, 3 wide. Smith got the short end of that stick, and he's going to fall back to about that 8th or 9th spot. There is some carnage on the opening lap. We've got a car on the inside wall. Looks like it might have been Richie McLeod, 3 wide. Vassal around, Palmer tacking involved, the 41 of Perry. Oh, the 42 getting out of shape, Chisler. Keep an eye on the 36. Here comes Tacken through the middle. Tacken into position 10. He's got himself a main event spot. Uh-oh, there's some carnage again. Clint Smith upside down. That's going to eliminate a few more cars and just secure a spot. If it can hang on, of course, no front wing on that 21 machine. DeBono in the 39 in 9th. Rounding out the top 10, Darren Lord. In fact, switch Lord and DeBono around because Lord has made his way to position number 9. Pushing back DeBono to that 10th spot. And then you got Nicholas Chisler in the 42. He's battling there with Danny Vassal right now. We go back towards the front of this field. Of course, you can see a few of the cars already back on pit road. And how about Mitchell G in the 36? From the back of the D to the C to the B. And now he is just, well, if he can finish inside of the top 3, I mean, wouldn't that just be an epic drive? You're looking at 7 down, 5 to go here in tonight's 12-lap B main. Watch the 88 of Brendan Hobson in 2nd spot, battling with Joshua Walton there in the 20 with no front wing. He's got the, oh, there comes the wing back on the screen. Lewis Clark out in front in the 17. He's got 2 lap cars. It happens to be 11th and 12th on the racetrack. Oh, that was a bit of a bonehead move. Chisler should just be removed flat out. What an absolute idiot. Trying to straight line Danny Vassal there. Slider from Walton. Hobbo moves to the outside. Good move there by Brendan Hobson. The white flag is out this time by one more time. In tonight's B main, Lewis Clark in the 17. Got that Hoon TV in the Pace Syndicate 17. He's looking to make tonight's show. He will do so. He gets the win. 2nd going to go to Hobbo. 3rd, Walton. 4th going to be G. 5th going to be Tacken. Then we go back to Childs, Lord, Palmer, Furler, and Troy DeBono making the show. As I reckon Nicholas Chisler should just be on a permanent vacation. 2-minute break before our A main. So we'll take this time to step aside and play a couple of bills as we get set for tonight's A main.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Y'all ready for this?
for this?
Alright, it is time for your Wicked Cushion starting grid. Starting on pole in car number 9, Joel Berkeley to his outside the 25 of Nathan Clark. Starting position 3, the 19 of Mason Merritt alongside the 97 of Ben Morrison. Tim Harris will start position 5 alongside Vince Romeo. Out of position 6, Ryan Harris will start alongside Harry Edwards. Unite starter, car number 32, Darren Brumfield alongside the 49 of Zachary Phelan. Lewis Clark alongside Brendan Hobson in row 6, Joshua Walton and Mitchell G in row 7, Alan Tacken and Jacob Childs, row 8. Row 9, Darren Lord, Darren Parvata, Ryan Furler and Troy DeBono. That is your 20 starters for round number 1 of the Pace Syndicate Down Under Graphics Short Track Tri-Series, the 360 winged sprint cars here at Lanier National Speedway. Next week we take a week off, but then we come back 2 weeks time. 45 laps on the board. Yellow laps count towards the total number of feature events, as we are green here at Lanier. How long does it last? We see these drivers immediately making it 2 wide. Some drivers making it 3. There is plenty of room on this racetrack to go 2 and 3 wide. Harris on the outside of Harris. So brother on brother, that's Ryan Harris in the 57 on the outside of Tim in the 48. Morrison trying to work the cushion through turns 1 and 2. There is Mitchell G as well. Morrison got into the wall. There's a little bit of contact here in the opening couple of laps, but at the moment, nothing to ride home about. Oh, gee! Oh, my goodness! How lucky was the 36? He slides up in front of Romeo. Lewis Clark trying to make his way through the field as well. The B-main winner. There is the 21 of Alan Tacken as well. He's sitting in about 12th spot at the moment, just behind Morrison and Romeo. He's now going to make it 3 wide. They almost go 4 wide with Charles up the inside of Tacken. Back towards the front, Tim Harris and Mason Merritt side by side. Battle for 4th and 5th on the racetrack. Harris almost caught the wall on the exit of turn 2 there, as Merritt now slides his way into position 4. The battle is on for second. Here comes Ryan Harris in the 57, making his way to position number 2. That puts Nathan Clark back to position 3. So far, and I say this with touching wood right now, banging the wood on the desk, 8 laps complete, all 20 drivers still on the racetrack. You're looking at about 7.5 seconds first, back to 20th. So this is very close. Merritt now the inside again in turns 3 and 4. So drivers finding anywhere they can to run on the racetrack, whether it's top, bottom, middle, wherever they can find a bit of grip. This track, although there isn't too much grip left on it, the top side is there, but it is very dangerous with that cushion. Clark on the outside. Look at the run on that cushion that he got through turns 3 and 4. He now dives it down low into 1 and 2. Tim Harris makes a bit of a mistake on the exit of turn number 2. That allows Mason Merritt to catch up, along with Mitchell G and Brenton Hobson as well, side by side for 6 and 7.
Caution somewhere.
Caution on the racetrack.
Of course, that last run, did you see any rubber laying down at all?
Looks like it might be the 666 of Harry Edwards. We'll take a look at your Wicked Cushion instant replay. Watch the 666 on the top side of the racetrack. So he caught the wall. And then just got in front of Romeo then and went upside down. Got it back on all fours, but Bono was coming through on the bottom side, and that's what triggered the first yellow. So it's taken us 15 or 14 laps to get our first caution of the night, so well done to all the drivers going this long. And Clint, I don't know where to go with that comment, but I do know the frustration that you must be feeling right now. Lights are out on the pace truck. We go green flag racing this time by Berkeley Harris. It's Ryan Harris in second, Nathan Clark in third, Tim Harris in fourth, Mason Merritt rounds out your top 5. You go back to Mitchell G, Brendan Hobson, Lewis Clark, Ben Morrison,
green.
Darren Bromfield. Green flag is back out as we are going to see a move down low into turn number 1 and 2. That's going to be Ryan Harris trying to move and the race leader Berkeley. Car already slowing the 43 of Jacob Childs. Not sure what happened on that last restart, but certainly didn't get the start that he would like, and as a result, he was almost falling to the clutches of your race leader. Here comes a move by Tim Harris, putting a slider on Nathan Clark. Clark going to move back to the inside through turns 1 and 2. Harris is going to run. He has to get it off the caution and drive it down the bottom of the racetrack in turns 3 and 4. Slide jump from Harris, and the caution flag flies.
They'll take a Captain Morgan and Diet Coke.
And that might be the 49 of Zachary Phelan, who was already parked it on the infield. Replay. He's got, I believe that's Tony Walton behind him. What happens here to Phelan? Bromfield in practice, it's a little bit loose. Let's take a look at that one again. You see the 32 car there of Bromfield get loose off the cushion, come down the racetrack. So we know where Phelan could go. It was sort of all or nothing at that time. Zach Phelan and Darren Bromfield also find themselves back on pit road as we come back to live pictures here. Lights are out on the pace truck. We get to go back to green flag racing. 22 complete this time by. 23 to go, so we are almost at the halfway stage of tonight's feature event. Berkeley goes in 3, 2, 1. He's already gone. He's already on the gas by the time I call 3, so a very early start for Berkeley. He's got the Harris brothers running 2 and 3, so TTL at the moment have got a stranglehold on that podium lockout. Clark, Hobson and Clark, so Nathan Clark, Brenton Hobson and Lewis Clark. 1, 4, 5 and 6, Mitchell G in 7, going to dive down low into turns 3 and 4, puts the move on Lewis Clark. Lewis Clark going to come back at it at the moment, but we're going to keep an eye on the race lead because Berkeley's made a mistake and now Ryan Harris has got to the lead. Drivers going 3 wide, Tim Harris making a move. Ryan Harris, the race leader. Berkeley right now doesn't know where to go. He's trying to go somewhere where the other 2 boys are not. As they go 3 wide for the race lead, not only teammates, but also close racing. Look at the brothers run 1, 2 right now through turns 1 and 2. Berkeley falling back to position 3 and Ryan Harris, he has gotten to the front. Sorry, Tim Harris in that 48. Ryan in the 57 on the inside. Berkeley working up top as well. I think that top side is coming back in because here comes Nathan Clark. And I tell you what, if Ryan Harris is not too careful, he may just lose that third spot on the podium just like he did at that start-finish line. Berkeley into the wall. Wow, that was close for Berkeley and Clark. A great maneuver from Clark. See Berkeley coming off the cushion, came down the racetrack, got out of the gas. Was very lucky because that was still on 2 and 4.
What you doing there, bud?
Caution flag flies. Troy DeBono. We'll take a look at your wicked cushion instant replay. We'll watch the 39 of DeBono. Oh, I'll say this, if you can't control your car, it's best if you just park it right now. He is all over the shop. In fact, I believe that's what he was trying to do, but pulling it up on the back straightaway like that, yeah, back to the pits you go, buddy. Jacob Childs back to the pits as well. Back live here at Lanier. The lights are out, 12 laps to go. We're getting very close to wrapping this one up. The opening night of the short track tri-series presented by Pace Syndicate and Down Under Graphics.
Green flag.
Green flag back in the air. Tim Harris, Joe Berkeley and Ryan Harris. Nathan Clark and now Lewis Clark into the top 5, getting by Brendan Hobson, but Hobbo not going to take that one lying down. Hobbo works back through the middle. The battle's on for the race lead because now Berkeley's gone down low. He turns 3 and 4. He goes back to the top side in 1 and 2. Harris has a bit of a moment. That is Tim Harris, the race lead. And once again, we go 3 wide for the race lead if you don't mind. Some great racing up front right now here in the opening night of this Tri-Series series. Clark around the outside of Ryan Harris. Berkeley goes back up top. I almost get the feeling that Clark is going to go the big time slider into 1 and 2, or maybe even 3 and 4 there. That might have been the chance, but Berkeley well aware of the situation at hand. And now Berkeley goes down low looking for that slide job line through turns 3 and 4. We'll keep an eye on Nathan Clark, who is trying to make this podium right now. He's had a good start to the series. Berkeley down low on Tim Harris. Harris works on the top side. That's Tim out in front on screen. The 57 is Ryan Harris in third. So top 1 and 2, bottom 3 and 4 is looking like it's the place to be for some of these drivers. I say that, and Tim Harris, he goes to the top side in both turns. Oh, Berkeley into the wall. He got that car up on 2 wheels. Oh no, Clark!
Will be a car.
Caution, caution, caution!
There's a bumper bar thing somewhere, so pay attention over here.
Boy, oh boy, with the yellow coming out, Nathan Clark, is he getting spot back or does he go to the rear? We will find out, but what that will do, we will have a 1-lap shootout right now. So these drivers are going to put it all on the line to see who is going to get the checkers in round number 1 of the series. So I'm pretty sure that we were almost at the point of no return. We'll keep an eye on the lights. If the lights turn off this time by, we get 1 lap. If they stay on, it will end under caution. So let's keep an eye on your iRacing official pace truck as the lights are flicking on and off, and there they go. They are off. 1 lap to determine your round 1 winner. Who is going to get it? 3/8 of a mile left, 4 turns. Tim Harris, he has been superb at getting to the front. He got to the front and he has not looked back. 3, 2, 1, go. We're underway for the final time. And because these drivers have taken the white flag, that's it. There'll be no more yellows. Down the turn 2, 3, 1. Oh no, the Harris and Berkeley. Oh, you hate to see it, Berkeley. He's stopped as well. The win will go to Tim Harris. Second will be Brenton Hobson, and third is going to be Ben Morrison. They let it all hang out on the line. Mitchell G got fourth and Alan Tacken in fifth. What a drive. An impressive drive from some of these drivers, but you've got to feel for Berkeley and Ryan Harris. They fall just a couple of laps short, as there is your race winner on screen. In the 48, Tim Harris. Round number 1 winner. We'll go through and have a look at your Hazmedia finishing results. So Tim Harris leading 20 of the 25 laps, getting the job done here at Lanier National Speedway. Second went to Brenton Hobson after starting position at 12. Ben Morrison home in third. Mitchell G from 14th up to position 4. Alan Tacken rounds out the top 5 from 15th starting position. Joshua Walton in 6th. Lewis Clark 7th. Nathan Clark in 8th. 9th went to Darren Palmer. Rounding out the top 10 was Vince Romeo. As we look over the page, Ryan Furler in 11th. Darren Lord 12th. Mason Merritt 13th. Joel Berkeley 14th. 15th was Ryan Harris. 16th went to Jacob Charles. Troy DeBono in 17th. 18th was Darren Brumfield. Zachary Phelan 19th. And Harry Edwards rounds out the 20-car field. Let's take a look and see who we have in regards to our top 3. In fact, we have all of our podium drivers here, so we'll have a chat with all those guys very, very quickly, and then we're going to wrap this one up. But we're going to go straight down to victory lane and chat with the driver of car number 48, Tim Harris. Tim, congratulations. Well, it was an all or nothing restart, and you made a little bit of a mistake off the turn 2 on that final lap, but you managed to come away with the win. You must be thrilled about this one.
Yeah, absolutely. That track was a lot of fun there. I stuffed the restart. I just sort of jumped over the cush there in 1 and 2, and I didn't realise both Joel and Ryan were underneath me there, having a go for the win there, and we ended up getting together. But glad I could hold on for the win for the boys after such a pretty dominant race, I would have thought.
You led 20 of the 45 laps. Pretty sure that TTL led all 45 laps between you, your brother, and Joel. But talk about that race. In the mid part of that race, you and your brother, along with Joel, not only teammates, but a sibling rivalry going on the racetrack. And you guys were 2 and 3 wide. I mean, talk about that through those moments in that race.
Yeah, it's always good racing against guys that you sort of know fairly well, because you always give each other that respect and give each other plenty of racing room, and you can sort of know what everyone's going to do around you, so you can make those bigger risks knowing that those guys aren't going to run into you. So hopefully it puts on some pretty entertaining racing for everyone to watch, and it's good to be at the front to put it on.
Well, track carried over from practice, and from the practice straight into qualifying, we started to see a slick racetrack. Towards the end of that race, it was pretty much slick from top to bottom with a fairly hefty cushion. Talk about what your thoughts on the racetrack was, and we're happy that it sort of carried over all night.
Yeah, in the past we've run pretty well here on a track that's gotten really slick, and the setup tonight was really on fire. Like, it just sort of could put it anywhere you needed to on the racetrack when the line was there, and I was stoked that it ended up going as slick as it does, and I think it produces better racing too when the track's like this. Everyone can sort of slide around a bit and not be full pelt into each other when they're actually going to make moves, and if someone does stuff up a little bit. So hopefully it puts on some good racing.
All right, well, we get the opening round win of the Short Track Tri-Series presented by Pace Syndicate and Down Under. So big thanks to those guys. But before we get out of here and celebrate quickly, sponsor shout-outs, who makes it all happen for you?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm actually just scrolling in the replay to figure out the sponsors, but obviously thanks to TTL Esports, the guys and the team put together an awesome race car for us every week, and it's just a privilege to get here and drive it. Also got to thank Thy Designs, my brother Ryan's graphic design company. He's put together these awesome liveries for this season, so should definitely go check that out. Also got to thank Ash Media Speedway Footage, Joel from Down Under Graphics and Signs. I think we've also got Harm Tune Shots on board this season, Hot Stimulator, and you'll be able to remind me if I've forgotten any. I think I've got nearly all of them.
I think it sounds about right. Well done, Tim, and we'll see you back hopefully in a couple of weeks for round number 2.
Yep, no worries. Thanks for broadcasting, and thanks to the guys for putting this series on.
All right, there we go. Tim Harris home with the win. Home in first. We go down the line. We walk down just a few steps, and we chat to the driver of the 88. Coming home in second spot after starting position 12, Brenton Hobson. Brenton, you picked up 10 spots in the end. It was a race where you had to make some moves, and well, you did so, and you got lucky in that last lap. Talk about your race.
Oh yeah, definitely got lucky. We weren't probably really that good, but just stayed out of trouble, which is usually half the battle in a race like this. But I'm certainly happy with that. I'll take it for someone who time trialled in, I don't even know, 30 something. So. All in all, very happy with that for a result.
Put the question to Harris, the winner. Were you happy at the track conditions at the end of the night, considering it was so slick and it looked, it produces much better racing, rather than, as Tim quoted, you're not just hammer down and less time to make mistakes.
Oh yeah, for sure. The track was awesome. Like if it was really fast and big burly cushion, and that was the only way around to go quick, then I'd have finished in 75th position. I'm really not good at that sort of stuff, and this sort of track plays into my favour. So always happy with the slick track, and I think it's really good fun to run on a track like this, especially when you can get 3 and 4 wide and stuff like that. I love it. It's a heap of fun.
Well, you're becoming sort of a household name here on these podium races. For dirt stuff, you find yourself in a constant 6th place on the roadside. Now you're finding yourself in 2nd or 3rd on these dirt stuff. Surely this win has got to be just around the corner for you and that 88 team.
Always a bridesmaid, never a bride. Isn't that what they say? One day we're going to break through here and get a win. But, tonight it would have just been dumb luck. We weren't good enough to win tonight. We're very lucky to get a podium at all. But, no, that was a good fun race, and that's all that we can hope for, and stayed out of trouble and, make some good content for the YouTube channel. So I'm always happy.
All right, well, look, well done on 2nd place here tonight. But, before we let you get out of here, why don't you thank those people that need to be thanked?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Trackstar Racewear, the Speedway Shop, Newlon, BK Designs, and all the guys at SSR. It's a good fun bunch, and really enjoy racing.
All right, there we go. Brenton Hobson now home in 2nd place. We're now going to move down to our final podium getter in car number 97, Ben Morrison. Ben, started 4th. You sort of went backwards there at the start of the race, but a bit of luck, and you managed to come over the 3rd place. Talk about your race.
Yeah, it was an awesome race out there. The track was really good with 2 lanes, and I just keep trying to work on the top side, trying to get a bit of momentum on those cars on the bottom, and it eventually worked out, especially with that last lap crash. It really helped me get up there.
You want to sort of get up on the top side, get on that cushion, and just rail it for as long as you can. Talk about how difficult it was to get up there and put that right rear on that cushion, considering that sort of looked the way through 3 and 4. It looked like it was very bumpy on that cushion.
Yeah, it wasn't so bad if you got your right rear positioned really nicely, but as soon as you get like a few tread of the right rear just over it, the car really starts to bounce, and unfortunately that happened to me a few times, which why I dropped back to, like P13 or 14, and I just kept it up there and tried to get into a rhythm and drove it back through.
You certainly had a fast car all night, so congratulations on that 3rd place. But before we let you get out of here, sponsor shout out to who makes it all happen for you.
Oh yeah, big shout out to my team, Pinnacle Sim Racing, and our sponsors, Sim Drive, Stay Wide Forklifts, and Attitude Excavations.
All right, there we go. Ben Morrison now home in 3rd place, and that'll wrap us up here on this podium for tonight. Of course, round number 1 of the Pace Syndicate and Down Under Graphics Short Track Tri-Series here at Lanier National Speedway. We've still got Lima Land and Kokomo to run over the next 3 weeks. Of course, next week we take a break due to the Dirt Leagues Australia Midget Week, 5 nights, all broadcasted here on Ultimate Dirt TV. So we've got plenty of action, plenty of content here on the Ultimate Dirt TV channel. And of course, we are going to be live tomorrow again for some limited late models as well. As far as tonight goes, a big shout out to Pace Syndicate and Down Under Graphics for organising the event, and of course, allowing Ultimate Dirt TV to broadcast these events. Of course, like I said, it's over 3 weeks, and well, week number 1 is complete. Tim Harris is your victor as he gets the opening win of the series. Of course, a big thanks to our sponsors as well here at Ultimate Dirt TV. We want to thank Wicked Cushion. You can check them out on the web at www.wicked-cushion.com. Check them out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. Give them a like and a follow as well. Of course, Simworks Performance. Check them out on Facebook. BK Designs as well does some great work with some paint schemes. And of course, Hazard Media. He loves working on ATVO for me. So you can check him out on Facebook and on his website at hazardmedia.com. Well, on behalf of everyone here behind the scenes and everyone here at Ultimate Dirt TV, it's Brett Wheeler signing off, saying good night. We will see you tomorrow for another broadcast. But as far as the Pace Syndicate Down Under Graphics 360 winged sprint cars, the short track tri-series round number 2 back in 2 weeks time. And of course, if you want to watch that, of course, it'll be live right here on Ultimate Dirt TV. And make sure you hit the like and follow button on our Facebook page. If you're watching on our YouTube channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, of course, on our Twitch channel as well. Of course, you can donate to us by sending us some stars on Facebook, or whether you can donate directly to our PayPal. Of course, we are in the middle of trying to get some new overlays made, but until then, it's good night, and we'll see you tomorrow night for some limited late models.